Thank you so much for joining me again here on my YouTube channel. I know it has been a while. I first of all want to wish you a happy new year. I hope this year is filled with joy, love, and laughter, and lots of successes, work and personal wise, to you. I just wanted to give a huge shout out to this amazing community and share a few updates from my side, because the past year was really focused for me on my personal life, on my building up my, my personal self. At the end of not in the end, in the mid of 2021, I moved to the UK for the third time in my life, but that time for myself. And the past year has really been filled with building up my life here in a way, and that took over a lot of like mental strength and similar, right? Like if you move somewhere new, if you have to build up your goals there, your environment, your support network and everything, that takes a lot over, and that was really for me the last year of kind of finding my place here, finding out where I want to live, how I want to live here, and similar, right? And because of that, I didn't do as much as what I have planned for, like at the beginning of the year, or for me, it's mostly around my birthday in March. I take some time to reflect and kind of set my goals. I'm a person, I like to write down my goals. I have like a Notion page where I get an inspirational board, and then I list all of the different goals I have within the year and what I want to achieve for my personal life, but also for my career life. And the thing is, like, up to me moving to the UK, I've been focused a lot on my career, and that took over like 4 years, and like very strong focus on my career, especially when I was working in a blockchain space. And last year was the first really like year where I wasn't focused as much on my career, and where I kind of had a room to breathe and refocus my personal life and my personal goals as well, which is really important to feel fulfilled, right? So this is like kind of, as you can tell, a rumble about my life, this video. But what I want to say is I didn't manage to get work-wise and careers as much done as I would want to. And I've kind of set myself some goals, to change that. But I want to kind of take in this video this opportunity to thank all of you, because even though I wasn't as focused on my work, I got some really nice awards. For example, the Noonie Award from Hacker News. Anyway, you voted for me, and I only won because more of you voted for me than people voted for the other YouTubers. So that was really amazing, and that meant a lot to me. Then I also won the personal award for Open UK. Open UK is a non-profit organization to support open source technology open technology within the UK. And I'm an ambassador there, and I'm involved there a little bit in the different activities. And yeah, I won their individual of the year award, which meant I didn't even think I would win it. I was sadly not able to go to the award ceremony because I had a doctor appointment at the same time. But so much about my personal life. I just want to thank you, because all of these awards would have never been possible without this community supporting me. And that's amazing, because it's like, I do this work for myself, not because I have goals of X many subscribers. I'm grateful for every one of you who's watching these videos. It makes me really happy when videos are well perceived, when they are useful to you, right? I got so many amazing messages throughout the past year in comments, replies to different videos, and they really make my day, those messages. So do keep them coming. I appreciate every single one of them. They all go on like a starboard, also on my Notion page. I can't show the starboard because there are also some private messages on there of people thanking me. But it's basically a starboard with like people getting value out of my work. But this is part of the reason why I do what I do. Creating YouTube videos, being involved in the community takes a long time, right? And I really do it because, first of all, I do it to share my own learnings, what I'm doing, what I'm working on. and also to hope that through that other people derive value from it. And subscriber count or follower count is kind of like a side effect for it, of like more people see it. It's great, right? I hope more people will view my videos and get value from it. But if not, then I'm still gonna do what I'm doing and working on the stuff that I'm working on. Which leads me to the next point. What am I working on? What is my plan for this year? I want to create more consistently YouTube videos on different projects. So I'm going to be more project oriented than one-off tutorial and one-off one-off things. Because one-off things can be very draining, and I experienced that within the past year as well. So I'm going to start some different series. One of them is me working with my Raspberry Pi cluster. You might have seen the tweet on Twitter already. So that's one thing, working and involving that Raspberry Pi cluster. Now, the Raspberry Pi cluster, its primary purpose is so I have a cluster right here and get some more real-world experience that you don't necessarily have when you have a short-lived cluster. And also to work on my bachelor thesis. Last year, I had lots of stuff going on that I didn't complete my bachelor thesis and my bachelor. So this year is for completing my online bachelor in computer science. It's my second bachelor because I dropped out of my first degree, which is a different story for a different video. But that's why I'm going to work on a Raspberry Pi cluster. So I'm going to provide regular updates on that and like showcase the things that I'm working on. It's going to be less tutorial oriented and more like, here's something I discovered, here's how I use it, here's what it does now in the cluster kind of style. I'm still going to do some end-to-end tutorials, but it's not going to be the main focus. It's going to be more like a show and tell. It's the first thing. The second thing is I'm going to have kind of this podcast series of sorts where I'm just sitting here like I'm doing right now, just talking into the camera about different things that are going on, different things on my mind, different things I came across. And you can just put it on, listen to it while you do the dishes, while you walk your dog. I don't know what you do on a day-to-day basis, that it doesn't require much mental capacity. So if you're curious about other updates outside of my projects, you can tune into those podcasts, to me talking on YouTube, kind of style. That's the next thing. So we have kind of 3 things already, with end-to-end tutorials still being a thing. And along those end-to-end tutorials, I'm gonna this year finally rework the 100 Days of Kubernetes series. I know lots of you are doing the challenge, are following the book, and I haven't done the best work in the past year of evolving that book. It kind of got stuck there. So my goal is to revamp that, reorganize it, make it more practical, and also then add more advanced use cases in like, okay, now we built your own cluster, and here's how you manage it long term, or upgrade different components and things like that, right? That are more interesting to show on a specific cluster. That is the plan for this year. It's not too specific. It's also not too vague. My goal is really to put out videos consistently, because a lot of times I'm in this trap where I have content, where I have an idea and I can't get myself to sit down and actually work on it and do it. So I'm just forcing myself to just record anything, right? Even if it's just a podcast kind of episode, kind of video. So that's that. Again, want to thank you for the different awards. Here's the, I don't know if you can see it. It's a bit dirty right now. The GitHub Star Award. I actually got became GitHub Star in 2020, mid of 2020. I think it was 2020. 2021. No, 2021. And then I got the award last year because they had problems with the shipment. And I want to thank Open UK for another year on the Open UK honors list. Can you see it? Oh, focus. Doesn't focus. There we go. Open UK honors list. Thank you so much for putting me again on the list. It means a lot to me to be part of Open UK. It's a great initiative. I highly recommend everybody out there to get involved with these kind of organizations that support open source tools, open source software. There are also different communities around that. There's just a community that got started around women in cloud native, and I think that's an amazing initiative. I highly suggest you to get involved there as well if you're a woman in the space, if you identify as a woman in the space. Yeah. Thank you so much for listening to this little update to me kind of rambling around life and around the past year. Now my puppy woke up and she probably has to go potty outside, so that's what I'm going to do next. Whenever you're listening to this, I hope you have an amazing day, evening, afternoon, morning, and to see you in one of my next videos, probably a tutorial on how I built my Raspberry Pi cluster. Hope to see you next time. Please do hit the like button if you found this little rumble interesting. Bye-bye. Oh, and then I wasn't even like sharp in the last sentences. See, that's why this is kind of a podcast, because my video doesn't focus. Okay. Bye-bye.